Organ and tissue donation. Welcome everyone to another episode of Talking Heads, with me, Keith Smith. Please remember, as with all my Talking Heads videos, these are my opinions. I don't expect everyone to agree with me. On the contrary, I expect many people will disagree with my views, and that's great. The way we change and evolve our society is through discussion, argument, and a healthy exchange of opinions. So all I ask is, whether you agree or disagree, don't forget to click like, and if you feel moved to, please leave a comment below. Okay, so this is my view on organ and tissue donations. It's my second attempt at detailing my views on this subject. The first time didn't go so well, as my weakening voice limited how much detail I could go into, so quite a few of my followers were left with the wrong impression. So here goes with my second step. So why do we need to even discuss the organ donation system we have in England and in the wider United Kingdom? Well, last year, 466 patients died in need of an organ and a further 881 were removed from the transplant waiting list, usually because they'd become too ill to undergo surgery. Many of them died shortly afterwards. That's a quarter of the people on the transplant list dying each year, because too few families agree to allow organ donation following the death of a loved one. The latest figures suggest we could reduce this figure significantly by just removing the family's right to disallow organ donation from a loved one who made it clear they wanted to be an organ donor. Yes, you heard me correctly. I will say that again so there is no misunderstanding. Your express wish is to donate your organs and tissue when you die. You sign an organ donor card to ensure that there is absolutely no doubt about your wishes and intentions. The unthinkable happens and you die. In the hospital, your next of kin are informed that you signed an organ donor card, and your loved one, racked with grief at your death, objects to the surgeon butchering your precious body, and that's it. So much for your wishes and intentions. The hospital has to follow the wishes of the next of kin, and your precious organs are buried or burnt, and the 5 people who could have had their lives saved by your incredibly generous gift simply die. There is another group of people who have no views on organ donations at all. They simply don't care one way or another. Take them, don't take them, I'm dead, I simply don't care. Unless they fill in an organ donor card, their organs go in the ground or the ash can as well. There is a third group in society, and this is by far the most influential group. This is the group that has a fundamental objection to organ donations on many grounds, religion being the most common, but this group has absolutely no way of expressing its clear and unequivocal objections. The problem is, these people with such fervent objections to organ donation are simply lumped in with the same group that simply can't be bothered to fill in a donor card. So they are viewed as simply apathetic, when nothing could be further from the truth. So, what's the solution? Is there a solution? Yes, and it's ironically one that gives those with fundamental objections to organ donation the absolute right to record that objection, to be seen and heard, and to communicate their wishes and beliefs to everyone. We simply introduced a card and database that allows people to specifically opt out of organ donation, to make it clear to everyone that they do not wish to donate any organs or tissues to anybody when they die. It would be phrased like this: I do not wish to participate in the organ transplant system. Now the observant amongst you will already be thinking, that statement could be interpreted to mean you don't want to receive organ donations either, and you would be correct. You opt out of donation and you opt out of receiving organs as well. It's fair and allows people with strong beliefs to show everyone how they feel. It's simple really. We changed the organ donation system from an opt-in system to an opt-out one. Everyone has the absolute right to opt out of the organ donation and transplant system, and for the rest of society who either have no opinion or who expressly want to donate organs and tissue, our wishes can't be subverted by family or next of kin, because the default position is, unless you specifically opt out of the system, you are considered an organ donor. So, to the objections that were voiced the last time I broached this subject. But I don't want to donate my organs and your system means I have to? It's compulsory. No, It's not compulsory, no more than the current system is. If you don't want to donate your organs, then you fill in the card. You're on the database as not being part of the transplant system. Sorted. Your organs and tissue go with you into the ash can or the grave. If you removed the right of family members and the next of kin to overrule the loved one's wishes to donate their organs, then the family will believe that their loved one's soul will never be at rest. Well, that's kind of the point. That is your opinion. That clearly was not the opinion of your loved one, or they would have opted out like you have. What if they don't look on the system and take my organs anyway? That's the beauty of the opt-out system. No removal of organs can take place without entering the details of the donor into the opt-out database to get a confirmation number. The confirmation number is simply that. It confirms that the donor is not in the opt-out system, and every organ or piece of tissue is identified with this number. Without this number, the organ can't be transplanted into a recipient, so there is a guarantee that the hospital has to check the database to ensure you don't get dissected when you die. There is another point that addresses this concern. In the United Kingdom, there are around 500,000 deaths a year, and only 7,000 people on the transplant waiting list. With that many deaths each year, even if only 10% of those people are eligible to donate and are a compatible tissue match, there is absolutely no need to circumvent the regulations because the system is now fully stocked with no waiting list. So, the question I have is, why don't we change from an opt-in system to an opt-out? We would save thousands of lives a year by simply following people's final wishes. We could cure some of the most incurable diseases by having access to tissue from patients who have died from them. So, as the professors say, discuss. So, that's the big question. If you have anything to say, you know what to do. If you don't like my conclusions, leave a comment and tell me why. If you have any ideas about how we can progress this issue, please do leave your comments below, and if you like this video, please click like. If you don't like this video, click like anyway. Just do it ironically. And don't forget to subscribe to keep up with Keith. Thanks for watching, guys, and please find time to watch some of my other videos.